Hi everyone, it's Alia. I'm back. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like I haven't done a video in so long, but I have been a little busy, as you can see, with some mini junk journal madness. I have created 3 mini junk journals that were made with the 6x9 clasp envelopes. So they're all the same size. So now they measure 6 by 4.5. And I want to try to go through them all in one video. If it's starting to get too long, I may break it down into 2, just depending on what the time is. But we'll see. So let me put those 2 aside for now, and we'll start with this one. So this cover is actually a more simple cover. It has a nice big image that I backed onto some cardstock just to give it a little bit more stability. And then, I don't know if you could be able to see, but it's layered onto some material, and then it's sewn all the way around. And then the back is just plain. This one is tied together with some sari silk ribbon. All right, so inside the front pocket, we have a little sewn book page pocket where I layered some fabric and lace and a little flower. And here is a little, it's cut down, as you can see, from one of the sheets, but it kind of looks like a little library card, so I put it in there, and then a little tag behind that one. And the trim on this is the Dollar Tree trim. Since they were mini books, I tried to make like smaller trims, not the large ones, because then I think it would just stick out a little too much. So here we have another tuck spot with a tag there, and then at the bottom of that I just did a little layering of one of these. I don't know what these are, but they came in a long ribbon. They're kind of like, looks like little fuzzy flowers, but I thought it was kind of cute there. And these, all these junk journals have a combination of coffee dyed paper along with pattern paper. And so we have graph paper here, and this is one with the holes in it, so I just put a little, you know, those things that hole reinforcers. I'm not sure what they are, but I put one on the front and the back, and just to give it a little interest. And a paper ribbon to match this paper. And here's a little bit of that ledger paper that I had that came in the book. The coffee dyed it. And this one, I have a little sewn pocket. And in the pocket, a little slightly layered tag. I have some pattern paper. So it's book page, pattern paper. Here's a coffee dyed paper doily, some ribbon, and then a little cutout from another sheet of paper that I had. And that sits right down in that pocket. And here's another little reinforced hole. And I have a little bag here, and in the bag, just 2 little tags that I made from the paper collection. Okay, and here we have another little layered type, sort of type tag. We have a little paper flower, some trim, doily, pattern paper, and a little button. And here's a little banner piece that I had gotten, and I left it open so you can stick something under there. It came like on the string, and there's a bunch of them attached together, so I just cut them off when I need it. But I like sort of like the reds because the paper has a lot of red in it, so I figured it would go in this book. And here's a little tuck spot, and there's nothing in this tuck spot, so I actually have to put something in there. Okay, and we have this one, and I made a tag, and I put some cream colored cardstock in the inside, so you can definitely journal on that, because the back is also pattern paper. And here is one of those floating pockets, and inside I just have some extra coffee dyed paper so you can write some notes, and slips right back inside there. And you can also put some other stuff in there if you want. and then it clips right there, and then you can move it wherever you want. So that's why I didn't glue it down. So you can either use the clip with it, not use it, put it wherever you want to, and you can always glue it down and fasten it somewhere else. And another tuck spot with some layering on this, and it's kind of like a little booklet to write on, but on the front we have just little bits of layering there. And then here on the bottom, coffee dyed paper doily and some little bits and pieces and a little vintage button. And here is an index card. I sewed 2 of them together for journaling. And another little slightly layered tag. Another paper ribbon. The other half of the bag, and here I have a bingo card which I backed with coffee dyed paper and some more scrap paper so you can write some notes or make lists or draw pictures, whatever you wish. I punched a little thumb pull there just in case you need some help getting the stuff out. Another paper ribbon. And here we have a couple different tags. This one I sewed onto an index card, which was a grid paper index card. And this is just a plain tag, nothing on the back. And this is something different. I kind of collaged paper and pattern paper and cardstock together to make a little journaling card, so you can actually journal right in the middle here, because I guess you could do it on the back, but I kind of attached them all together to make something a little bit different. And then that's just a cut apart from the paper. And on this side I just glued a doily on here, and it folds over, and then it's on the other side. And here's another. This tag is actually in a bag. A tag in a bag. So the tag is plain, but I decorated the bag just slightly, just a little bit, so it's just not plain. And then that tucks right in there. And you can always move this, and you can also glue the tag somewhere onto a page, I mean the bag with the tag onto a page somewhere. And I just did a little layering there. And the end. So that is the first one. And how are we for time? Not too bad. Okay, let me see if I can go through another one really quickly. So here is the second one. And on the front, I love this image because the pink and the purples pop out. And then I put a little bit of bling on there just to try to bring out the purples and the pink. And I layered it on some book page. I did a little frame with ribbon all the way around. It's black. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but it's there. And then cardstock underneath with some ribbon layered underneath, and plain on the back. And again, this is closed with a seam, not seam binding, sorry, silk ribbon. And it does have the Dollar Tree trim. So, in the first page, another little sewn book page pocket. Here, actually, let me just put it down. I have a little, oh no, this one doesn't open. Just a little tag with a little green button. And on the back, here's this little booklet. It says Gorgeous. And it's just filled with some scraps of pages and coffee dyed paper, and turned it into a little notebook. Oh, and my hands are dirty from dyeing and everything. And here, I like the way this came out on the top. I sewed that down too. So those stick right in the back there. And then we have another pocket. Here's a big tag. I did a index card on the back for journaling. And then just a small little tag with grid paper on the back. And then this little layered layered layer. That makes sense. A little bit of layering, I should say. And this one is very blank because I wanted to make some journals more for journaling. So there's a lot of extra space to write. And here, I got this idea from Patricia. Patricia.Bear.Designs, I believe it is. She did something a little similar. Hers was a lot more put together. Mine was just, I wanted to try to see how it would work, and so I came up with this. And here's a little notepad, and it's sewn on to here, but it's kind of like a little clipboard. And then that goes right back in there. And here's another sewn pocket, and this one is some images, and then you could actually write on the inside here. And that goes there, and here is another little somewhat layered tag. And there's a paper ribbon to match this side. And a belly band that I made, and I layered a word that says journey, and then I made this with a book page and just a tag, and I have index card on the back. And another little tuck spot with a tag, and then this is made with book page on cardstock. My words were slipping. And on the bottom we have a little tidbits of layering with a butterfly on it. And middle of the signature, here's another word layered on some ribbon. This is elegant. And another little pocket with a tag, and another little tag. And another one sewed onto cardstock, and this one is made with book page on the bottom, and then I layered some other elements on the top. And another paper ribbon that matches this side here. And here's a top corner tuck. And this one has a little pretty paper flower layered on some book page again. And another little tag, and this is on coffee dyed paper on the back. I'll put a little trim on the bottom there. And another top tuck with some of the pattern paper backed on some cardstock. I did a sideways paper ribbon to match that. And I see a tag, and this is just plain. It just has made with a pattern paper. No special layering. Another paper ribbon to match that side. And here's a big pocket. And in here, this is just some pattern paper laid on some cardstock and a little tag. And this paper clip is removable. I just stuck it on there because it looked kind of cute. And then those slip back down inside. And so that's the end of this little guy. And I'm looking at the time, and I think we do have time for the last one. So let me just put that aside. And this is my newest one. This cover is pretty busy. I have a lot of layering going on. I have big ribbon, I have material, I have bits of lace, book page, paper doily, the image I sewed around that, and then I have some trim on the bottom there. Again, plain on the back. This time I wrapped the ribbon underneath everything, and it's ribbon, not the sari silk. and then that opens. And if you can see here, this is done a little differently. I did the trim kind of like the tabs, like that, so it's like top, middle, bottom, so on and so forth. So I changed up a little. Also, the pocket in the front is a bag, and it has one of those plain tags in it, and that slips into the actual bag part. And then behind there, I have two tags, and they're both just cardstock on the back. I don't know why I keep missing that word, cardstock. It's not a hard word, but for some reason, I just always forget it. And here's a little pocket, and these pockets are different. I'll show you. So this is, there's a book page on the back, pattern paper on the front, and this is just some pattern paper cut into a tag, which goes into a pocket, but this pocket flips up for journaling on the inside too. So that goes down. And there's some coffee stained paper, which I don't know how the coffee does that, because sometimes it's just plain, and sometimes it has the greatest patterns, and I don't, like here, like I don't know what makes this as opposed to, you know, something different, like just plain like that. It's very interesting. So here's another pocket I just sewed together. We have a tag here and a tag there. And another one of these pockets. So this is, it's exactly the same. It has a book page on the back, and here's just a regular tag, and then this whole thing flips up. This is, you can journal on this as long as, I guess, you're using a black pen, maybe, or you can put pictures inside, little pictures. Paper ribbon, and I put two little vintage buttons on there. And here's the bottom tab. And this paper was actually pretty. I like that image there. And another one of the flip-ups. And here is, same thing, the tag and the pattern paper in the back. And another little pocket there. This is all plain, plenty room for journaling. Here's a little paper ribbon, kind of like a matching button. And here is, it's a tag that I glue down on two sides that holds two other tags. And another pocket with two tags in the pocket. Middle of the signature. And here's two more. These ones are a little bit different. This one's kind of tall and skinny, and I have some book page and pattern paper layered with a button. And this is a semi-layered tag. Those tuck right down in there. And here's a cloth ribbon. And another bottom tab. Lots and lots of space for journaling. And that's very pretty, that image there. And here's another pocket that has, this is just blank. I threw it in there because why not? And this is backed on cardstock again. Lots and lots of pages. Here's a little tag sewn onto not sewn, glued onto cardstock. And in the back, a long tag. And this is just clipped on here, so it's removable. And that is it. So these are my three little pretty lady junk journals. I'm hoping they'll be up on my Etsy later on tonight if I'm able to get to a computer. So if you're interested, hop on over to my Etsy shop and you can see them there. If you just liked enjoying watching this, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.